Roger, is the camera on? A voice softly called into the darkness.
Yeah, Johnny, it's on.
Well, then take the bloody cap off. Rustling fabric and the sound of plastic rubbing on metal sounded in the dark. As the light flooded in, the camera adjusted itself until it was focused on a pale man wearing tan capri shorts, a white undershirt, and a tan button-up jacket riddled with pockets. Both his shirt and jacket were soaked in sweat. Okay, Roger. When we start, I want you to pan up from my shoes, then let the camera linger just a bit on my abundant bulge. From there, you'll move up until you reach my face. Then I want you to zoom in to encapsulate my magnificent face and mustache. Roger furrowed his brow before saying,
What about if I start with a zoom in from the trees, then I slowly zoom out to reveal your face and shoulders while you do that little hero pose you've been on about?
Do you really think that would look better than my idea?
Johnny, we are on a schedule, mate. We have limited resources, and the wankers producing us already believe this show is a damn squib. We ain't got much room for bulgy rubbish.
Johnny stood perplexed. Fine, just be sure to catch a wonderful angle of my glory sometime during filming.
What was that? Johnny, did you hear that rustling?
Johnny tilted his head up. He whispered to Roger. I heard it. Start filming the trees. Roger quickly panned upward, slowly tracking the leaves of the understory back and forth. A sudden loud howl boomed through the forest and echoed throughout the area where the two men stood. Roger, did you hear that? Asked Johnny. He was grinning wide with glee in his voice. Quickly, frame my face for the introduction. Roger did as he was told, perfectly framing Johnny's pale face. The man's pale skin starkly contrasted with his fiery orange-red hair and magnificent mustache.
You're on, Johnny,
Roger whispered. Hello to all of you, our faithful viewers. We have just heard a howl from somewhere in the trees. It sounded like a monkey, but it was a bit difficult to... As if on cue, another beastly howl boomed through the air, only this time it was closer. Heavy panting was heard from above as violent rattling violated the long, slender trees. The camera recorded the lush foliage as it swished, swayed, and thrusted in all directions. A loud, sharp crack was heard above them, followed by a third howl. Quickly, Roger panned to the area over Johnny's head, trying to find the action. Roger, look out! The cameraman's camera swiftly turned above him, capturing a large branch plummeting toward him, jagged edge down. A grunt was heard as Roger leaped out of harm's way. The camera captured the movement as a blur as it and Roger made their way to the ground. The next sound was the thud of Roger slamming onto the earth and sliding over the soil and dead foliage, which was then quickly followed by an additional, heavier-sounding thud, off in the distance. The forest was silent for a moment, but was just as quickly filled with a slow-paced, rhythmic crunching noise that grew louder as it approached the camera. Roger, are you okay?
I am just a bit winded.
Bloody hell! Look over there! Johnny yelled. Roger quickly sat up and breathily seconded Johnny's exclamation. He stood up, still holding the camera, recording the ground, then his shoes, before quickly turning it to an injured monkey laying on the ground. Loyal viewers, Johnny started. Seems to be an unconscious green monkey, possibly stunned, possibly severely injured, or possibly even dead. No, it's breathing. Let's get closer for a better look.
Wait, Johnny. Let me zoom in a bit. I want to check it out to see if it's safe.
The camera whirred as the lens adjusted.
Let's keep our distance. Seems a bit dodgy.
What exactly do you mean?
Can't be sure, but it looks it's been in a kerfuffle.
Light rustling began in the leaves above. The camera panned up and caught the understory of the tree above the monkey shaking softly. It was the kind of movement that would go unnoticed on a breezy day. However, on this day, at this time, the air was still. A strange flurry of squishy, squashy, guttural sounds rang down from the understory above the monkey. The sounds stopped right before a group of pygmies dropped down from the leaves. The camera followed after them, and what it captured was amazing. Oh my goodness. Roger, are you getting these little yellow wankers? Johnny asked with a child's sparkle in his eyes, his voice now a mix of horror and wonder. The pygmies surrounded the monkey and continued to communicate in that disgusting, chewing a banana-sounding tribal tongue. The monkey is starting to stir, but doesn't appear to be fully awake. Dear viewer, look at that. Since the monkeys began stirring, the little buggers have started to play dead. Johnny continued. As you can see, the majority of the creatures are around 45 centimeters. What an absolutely magnificent sight. The elusive monkey eating bananas. Look, the monkey is conscious. It's sitting up, and the bananas are remaining silent. Johnny and Roger were quiet for a moment, just observing and recording from a distance, when... Roger, do you smell that?
Sorry, Johnny. Didn't think it would be that bad.
No, not your flatulence. Okay, a bit of your flatulence. However, I was referring to that banana smell.
Yeah, I smell it too.
Doesn't it make you crave a banana just a bit?
Yeah, they usually make me want a chunder.
Look at that. Look at the monkey, Roger. Is he acting twitchy? Or is it just me?
Yeah, you're right. Let me zoom in a bit on his face.
The camera whirred as it adjusted.
My goodness, Roger continued. His pupils are dilated. He's looking from banana to banana like he's overwhelmed with choices, and he's drooling quite a bit.
Well, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. It appears the bananas are producing, or rather releasing, some pheromone that entices one to crave bananas.
Mate's picked one up, Johnny. Looks absolutely scrummy, doesn't it? Looks absolutely scrummy, doesn't it?
Roger, snap out of it. Look, he's putting it to his mouth. A loud crunch filled the area. Stunned, Johnny spoke, but was unable to control his pitch. My word. He cleared his throat. Did you capture that?
I did.
What an abhorrent spectacle. All those juices spurting every which way.
Johnny, the bananas.
Brilliant! As you can see, dear viewer, the remaining bananas are up and attacking the monkey from all angles. A swarm is taking place as we speak, and the poor monkey is struggling to keep them off. It is absolutely terrifying how they move like piranhas in a frenzy. My word. Just like that, the bananas are finished and gone. What was once a green-furred monkey is now a heap of skinless flesh and broken bones. Slowly, Roger panned to Johnny. Still looking at the heap on the forest floor, Johnny spoke. What a spectacular event. He turned to face Roger. Realizing the camera was on him, he spoke again. Stay tuned, faithful viewer, as we discover more about the monkey-eating bananas.